I gave it to Jessica. Oh, I left it with Jessica exactly for that reason, so that she's outside.
Alright.
It's okay like this. Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's why I pressed down.
Alright, we'll look at your screen and tell me what you think. You see yours? Is the main. My camera is way off.
It's cool. It's not a problem. It's really not an issue. You know?
Yeah.
Just we'll see what happens when
Hey Robert, when do you think you'll know if Brian's coming?
Well,
There's the only one that don't have the flag.
When he shows
I would
up?
consider him a no-show,
Yeah.
because I should have received a message already.
Mm-hmm.
I just turned off my phone and there was nothing there.
Yeah, I mean, I would figure that he would have confirmed earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Karen, there's a slight, for me to get the flag in my shot.
You gotta go wider, right?
Yeah. So this might be the only one that don't have.
That's okay. I mean, it's all right.
It can vary from one with
Yeah,
flag, one from other.
we'll cut back. You know,
Yeah.
we'll cut back to the. I mean, we could start on this one,
Yeah,
or
we
we could
should
start
leave
on
off
that
the
one.
flag.
Look, ultimately, we're probably just gonna use. Well, I like this angle too, actually.
Yeah.
This is a nice angle.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is going to be your main camera.
Okay.
Yeah, this is be the main one, and then maybe we'll shoot a couple of things from each for him, looking at each one, and we'll see which one we want to do. Right.
How does it look out there? Is it on screen?
Yeah, I mean, I'd really like the angle.
I think I wish it was more. Well, I shouldn't say.
All right, let's get on the road.
You know what? Maybe put like a little tiny piece in the corner instead of that big piece of
The
the
big
flag.
one. See, that's it's noticeable, right?
Yeah.
Really, I mean, both of them are print. That's why I wanted to see.
What if you fluff the flag?
Scott's what? I don't know how heavy it is. I haven't even touched
That
it.
right there is a thick piece.
Yeah.
Was it gas?
I mean, he used white because
yeah, because
he thought it would be the best. But I think that actually
it's a little too.
Put on my set dressing hat.
It's a little too. It's a little too thick. It's coming through.
okay.
Take those off. Take those off. Yo. Oh.
I'm just going to reduce
Well, once you
the
step onto the
and see how that happens. Take a look now.
See, those over there are not are fine. I think it was just these corners that you see.
Well, they. What I,
So hard to fuck off.
That's my camera, right?
This is your main camera.
Okay.
okay, I'm going to kill the fan, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so hard to get off here.
Yeah. Alright, now I can see properly. Alright. Alright. Roll. Rolling, rolling. Slate.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Brazil IT Roundtable Live White Paper Series. Our purpose is to showcase to you the Brazilian IT services and solutions value proposition and competitive differentiator. Through the viewing that you're going to see today, you'll also be asked, what is the problem that you're trying to solve? What are your challenges? And after that, we'll be inviting you to actually participate in a live session of the Brazil IT Roundtable that will happen in the second semester. But here today, you'll be listening to few of our Brazilian IT service and solution providers in their problem-solving approach. At the end of the day, our competitive differentiator, it has a lot to do with people rather than technical capability. As a matter of fact, technically speaking, Brazil IT has the largest mainframe install base behind the United States.
Okay, we need to cut. Sorry.
From this side, he's looking good, but his color is very bad.
Oh, I see from your angle. Robert, do you want to do?
Turn that fan on.
Yeah,
Keep
do
it
you
cool.
want to do?
Keep it cool for a minute.
Yep. Do you want to do a? Do you want to verbally introduce yourself and your organization, or do you want to just save that for titles? I mean, I think it wouldn't hurt for you to say, introduce yourself,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
You should do that at the start, I would say.
Yeah,
And
all right.
even if we don't use it, we have it, right?
Yeah, okay.
We have it with continuity, right? You might, like, if you do it, if you're not sure, you could pause for, for a
that's
couple
fine.
seconds
Yeah, I can do that
after you say so.
at the outset.
Yeah.
Fine. All right. Thanks. You want me to sit on my jacket? No.
T-shirt, this pocket up.
And you have a speck of something just below your belt, a white speck on your pants. Yeah.
Yeah. Now step up. Better?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just try to keep that position.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had somebody leaning forward and back.
Okay,
forward and
fan.
backward.
Yeah.
Feeling the fan.
Keeping one thing in perspective, you're basically talking to your audience direct. You have 3 cameras you can directly look at and still keep your perspective that you're viewing directly to your viewers. So if you feel comfortable to swing your eyes this way, feel free.
Can I swing?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Swing. I'm going to do that if I'm on a live stage.
Yeah.
Just do it exactly. Do it freely.
Exactly.
Do it
Yeah,
freely,
okay.
and we'll.
All
All
right.
right. Ready?
Yep.
Hands off. Corey.
Rolling. Slating. Count down after 3. You cue yourself. 5, 4, 3.
Hello, everyone. My name is Robert Janssen, and I'm a senior advisor to the Brazil IT program. Brazil IT is sponsoring the Brazil IT Roundtable live white paper series, and we're very happy to have you here listening in. Our purpose today is to actually be able to showcase to you what is the value proposition of the Brazil IT offering. At the end of the day, we want you to be able to relate to some type of problem that you have to the case studies that you're going to hear. As a matter of fact, through the viewing, you're going to be asked what type of real problem that you have in your company today, and then later on you'll be invited to a live session at the Brazil IT Roundtable and here listen in and talk to people who can help you resolve it. If we are to highlight the Brazil IT offering services, it's a lot about people. Technically speaking, Brazil has the largest mainframe installed base behind the United States. This is worldwide. It also has the largest Java community behind the United States, also worldwide. So from mainframe down to open source, any technical expertise you can find on the ground in Brazil and the Brazilian IT service providers. The main differentiator, however, is the people, is the commitment, and it is the flexibility. And we'd like to illustrate that story before we pass you on to the viewing of these companies and their live case studies and their problem-solving approach with a story that happened with a small pizza shop in San Francisco called North Beach Pizza. We stopped there often, and John, who owns the store, was one day very laughable and smiling And we asked him why was he smiling so much, and he answered, well, I beat those guys to the punch today. I said, what do you mean? Well, I delivered a more amount of pizzas in one single day than they did. I said, wait a minute, you are a single shop, they are a franchise, they have several units around the whole Bay Area. How could you possibly do that? He answered, well, Robert, we have a very tight delivery team. We have 40 motorcyclists. Where do you find them, John? And he replied that he only had one criteria to hire these motorcyclists. They had to be Brazilian. I said, well, John, you have to explain this to us. Why Brazilian? He says, well, they bring 3 critical success factors to my table, to my business. One, business expertise. If they can drive those motorcycles like they do down in São Paulo, they can drive them anywhere else in the world.
Oh, man.
That's what my feeling is.
Yeah.
The heat build up.
That's good because I added a little bit here. Oh,
Yeah,
correct, yeah.
But we have a good point.
But that's good though, we can.
That was good. You were doing good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you were doing well, quite well there.
You don't have to start from the beginning though. No, you can just start from
No,
you
I can do it beginning again if you want.
I think just pick it
The
up.
story,
Yeah.
the story,
Pick it up into story,
Yeah.
somewhere within the story. I think you know,
Okay.
like maybe.
I wouldn't recommend it. I would rather
I
start
mean,
again.
it's what you want to be comfortable with. I mean, ultimately, it has to be what you're
I
comfortable
want to
with.
start again.
It's not gonna
Okay.
Start again?
Okay.
Yeah,
It's not gonna what?
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
I think that's what Nigel just went for.
yeah. If you do me a favor, Lando, turn on, turn off the flip.
Sure.
Red button.
Okay.
Okay, tax.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what I say. What if we staple it?
What about if you put that image later in the editing process?
We could do it. It's just that it's much more complicated to get it in the right place. Consistency is a challenge if we try to do it in post.
Okay. Alright.
Because if you know, if you're shifting a little bit and we shift the position of the camera a little bit in the shot, then that thing's got to stay in the same place. Otherwise, it's moving around too. So it ends up being a lot more.
Well, because there's 3 different cameras too, so there's 3 different angles.
Well, that's what I mean. It's the angles as well.
This one's you're behind. This one's you're not even there, and this one.
It's all the way in.
Yeah, so.
Seen that?
Just keep, wait, hold on, Nigel. That one is the one which like it's pulled really tight, and you
Yeah.
can see it. You can
On
see it
camera.
in the shape of the flag, and also in the sort of ripples that it creates when it's pulled too tight. So I would give it a little bit more slack, I guess is what I'm saying. On the top part especially, it's okay to give a little more slack, because you're not going to get the shadow issue. Right, Orlando? That's a little too much.
I wouldn't do any slack at all.
That's a little too much.
I would do as tight as you can.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That one's going to have to come out, Nigel.
No slack.
Right, yeah, slack is the wrong word.
No
Slack is the wrong word.
Slack is not good. There's no slackers here. No.
I just don't want it to look stretched, and that's what I feel like it's coming through stretched in that corner.
I'd rather
It's
be
noticeable on camera.
straight than sag.
It's as noticeable on.
Let me see. Let me see on the picture.
We're in process, but I'll come back out in a bit.
I'm the editor. I am the man.
That's better. Still, let's see. How's that on screen? Better, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do me a favor? Turn it off, and then let's just turn it on right before.
Right before you've. Gotcha.
Rolling?
That would be winding.
Winding.
Ready?
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ready? Alright, stand by. Slip. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, everyone. My name is Robert Janssen. I'm from Brazil IT. I'm their senior advisor. Welcome to the Brazil IT Roundtable live white paper series, which has a purpose to showcase some of the best-of-breed Brazilian IT companies and their problem-solving approach. You will also be asked through the viewing what type of problem that you're currently trying to resolve in your company. And later on, you will be invited to engage on a live basis at the Brazil IT Roundtable live session in order to discuss what type of problem that you'd like to resolve. The whole Brazil IT live white paper series is focused in highlighting the Brazilian competitive differentiator. Technically speaking, I think that Brazil IT is very much like anywhere else in the world. However, Brazil IT's technical expertise is very broad. There is the second largest mainframe install base installed in Brazil behind the United States. And there's also the second largest Java community in the world, also in Brazil. So the spectrum, technically speaking, goes from mainframe all the way down to open source. The competitive differentiator really lies in the people. And to illustrate this, we would like to tell a little story. It's a pizza story of a pizza shop in San Francisco called North Beach Pizza, owned by a Greek guy called John, and we stopped there very often. And the last time we were there, he was very happy, and we're asking why he was so smiley. And John answered, "You know, Robert, I beat those guys to the punch today." I said, "Well, who did you beat?" "I beat Pizza Hut and Domino's Pizza in the amount of pizzas delivered into the entire Bay Area in one single day." I said, "Wait a minute, John. You're only one single shop. Those guys are a franchise, have units scattered all over the Bay Area. How could you possibly do that?" He said, "Oh, well, Robert, I have a very tight delivery team here, 40 motorcyclists." And we asked him, "How do you hire these people? Where do you find them?" He says, "I only have one criteria to hire them: be Brazilian." I said, "Wait a minute, what is so special about being Brazilian for this?" He says, "Well, they bring 3 critical success factors to my business. 1, business expertise. If they can drive those motorcycles like they do down in Sao Paulo, they can drive them anywhere else in the world. 2, flexibility. It doesn't matter what happens in the front line. They take care of the problem right then and there. They don't bring back to me a problem. They tell me what solution they gave. And 3, reliability and commitment. They're not tied to a 9-to-5 job. They're not tied to a job description. They're committed to getting things done, whatever it takes." So we use this story to illustrate what is really at the core of the Brazil IT's offering, which is relied on a very wide industry expertise, which is relying and being able to be flexible in problem-solving approach and to be totally committed. In Brazil, we say that when you're committed, you dress, you wear the company's jersey. Well, in Brazil, we not only wear the jersey, but we also wear the skin. I wanted to introduce you now to some of the companies that are going to showcase this to you. One of the first companies we want to show you is CI&T. CI&T is specialized in agile methodologies and lean principles for application outsourcing, for digital services, and for software product engineering. And they do this from 3 different countries today. They do it from Brazil, they also do it from Argentina, and do it from China. They're one of the most prolific Brazilian IT companies, and we'll have Frank Casale from the Outsourcing Institute, who is our partner in the Brazil IT Roundtable live white paper series, interview Leonardo Mattiazzi, who is the Vice President of CI&T in the United States.
Do we want to have him do one, maybe focusing on that camera?
Yes.
That same side. I would like to see that, if you're comfortable with doing that again to
The
this
whole thing?
camera. Well, maybe just the part about his company.
Okay, no,
All right.
I can do the whole thing.
I think just the part about his companies. That angle is really nice. I think for these
Okay.
introductions, that's what I'd like to see.
All right.
Rolling in 5, 4, 3.
The company you're going to listen to now is CI&T. CI&T is specialized in acting with agile methodologies and lean principles for their application outsourcing, for their software product engineering, and for the digital services that they provide from 3 different centers around the world. They're providing from China, from Argentina, and obviously from Brazil. Frank Casale is CEO of the Outsourcing Institute, and who also is our partner with the live white paper series, will be interviewing Leonardo Mattiazzi, who is the VP for Business Development for CI&T in the United States.
Good.
Good.
All right.
Done?
Yep.
So we'll do one of these in this camera for all the other
For each
companies.
one of the, exactly. That's what I'd like to, I think that's what I'd like to see. I think that will work pretty well.
Is it that, are these going to be doing all of those? Because we could wrap them up.
We
now.
could, I mean,
Let's do it.
let's just, yeah, you're right, let's just.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, because I'm going to change the chairs around and.
Oh, that's right, that's right, that's actually a really good point. If you're gonna re-raise the furniture, might as well get it over with now.
Yeah, it over.
Watch your head.
Okay.
So these are all going to be video segments to introduce.
Right, I mean, he's gonna do his solo intros for each of the different pieces.
Yeah,
Do you
when
wanna
you
do you wanna do
it
intros?
together, that solo intro goes with every piece.
Do you still wanna do intros for the ones who were, that we're not gonna have people here today?
Yeah, I want to keep
You wanna do
them,
intros,
keep
right?
them in stock.
Okay,
Just in
that-
case.
that's exactly what I'm thinking.
That's the
That's
case we do
exactly.
like that. Why don't we do it with this camera? This is the best one.
The best one.
So
Yeah.
do those.
You talking about
this-
swap them?
Yeah,
Swapping the.
I mean, that's the best angle.
It's the
We
best
agree,
angle.
right?
but
Yeah.
that's the best camera.
Okay,
is the
so
best
I agree with that. I think that's a
Yeah.
good idea. I think that's smart. You wanna just do that one again?
No, just.
I think we could.
Yeah, I
do
want
that.
to, he could do, I
Might
want
as well, I mean,
We do that.
that short.
Oh, that short piece.
Yeah,
Let's
that
do that
short
short
piece.
piece one more time.
All right.
It'll be easier for you to cut with, right?
yeah,
Here.
yeah.
Put